Well, welcome back. I'm Mr. Nelson, and this is, and I think we'll change the name a little bit and call it Doodling with Mr. Nelson because we're doodling more than really formal drawing, and I like to doodle. So yesterday we talked a little bit about so you say you can't draw, and I happened to find in the box that my parents sent me a long time ago this. I think you can see it. I can't see through it. This is a drawing I did when I was in about second or third grade. I'm going to guess third. And it was a landscape. So it's trees and mountains and hills. And as you can tell, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. And that's where I started. Actually, I started even worse, and I'll see if I can find some of those to show you also. Because you know what? I keep my drawings, no matter how bad they are, to remind me of things that I learned and things that I need to do better. So today, we're going to go over a little bit more on that, and we're going to have a little activity to start off. But let's start by looking at your homework from yesterday and see if you drew a pirate. So I'm going to bring up my pirate. So here we go. Here are my various pirates. I tried a bunch of different ideas. Some of them I started off with just my basic idea, a circle and a rectangle coming down in the legs, like I showed you. And others, I started trying different things. Do I like any of them? Some of them are pretty good. Some of them I can build off of. But I tried to make sure to remember all those parts that we talked about. So I have an eye patch. I have a skull and crossbones. I have a peg leg. Let's see, what else? Oh, I forgot that we needed to have a parrot too. Parrots are good. So I went ahead and played around with a couple different ideas. They're not bad. I like them, but I know I can do better. And if you can tell, I didn't just draw one. I started off with one, and then I drew another one, another one, another one, another one. So I have at least 5 iterations of my pirate drawing. So that is where I started. Now, this time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw something else. And then I'm going to show you a project I'm working on. So today, I'm going to start off with our typical dark, 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 light, 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 light. And go ahead and make it do that, because we want to start drawing with our pencil really, really light. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a light circle all the way through, squiggle like that, and then back, warm up my arms so that I'm ready to draw, and then maybe even see if I can get a really good circle in there. And there we go. So today, what I'm going to do, and you can follow along with me if you'd like, is I'm going to start by drawing. And as you can see, I'm drawing a bunch of lines because this is a sketch. I'm not finishing it off yet. I'm going to draw 3 circles about the same. And some of you have done this with me before, so it may not be brand new, but it also might help you out. Now, one thing I do notice is some people, when they draw like this. That's not really sketching. Sketching is making a long line and doing a whole bunch of them really light. You can sketch like that, but really, one of the best ways to do it, and what most people do when they draw, is they're doing longer lines, and then they come back and they pick the line that they want. I'll show you that in a little bit. So I have 3 circles, and yesterday we talked about drawing and making sure that whatever we drew had certain things that made it what it was supposed to be. The pirate should have skull and crossbones. You know what? I never put a hook on any of their hands. I needed to do that too. So today I'm going to start by just putting in eyes. And all three of these are going to be different. So can you tell me what I'm drawing? Anybody? They're all going to be different. So a pirate, a ghost, Easter bunny, who knows? So now, what other details could I add to my drawing to make it so that you know what it is? Well, I've got eyes. What if I drew a nose? So I'm going to draw a nose. So now I have 3 triangles for noses. Well, let's see. It's probably not going to be a human because people don't have noses like that. It could be a bird with the whole body. There's a beak, but I already told you that's a nose, so that gives that away. So I've got this, this, and this. They're all the same, and there's nothing different about them, but they're going to end up different. We know that every animal has eyes, every animal has a nose, every animal has a mouth. And most animals, when we draw the mouth, we kind of do this. We do a like this, a J, and then a backwards J. And that gives us the part of the mouth that the animal has, that because there's usually a cleft palate here. That means it's a split. So if I look at my cat, he's got something like that. If I think about a bear might not have it exactly. So hey, guess what? None of them are going to be bears. Maybe. So now we know it's going to be an animal just by looking at those parts, but we don't know what kind. So I'm going to start off with, let's see, what else? Ears. And I'll do ears last. So now I'm going to do this. Now I've added whiskers. I haven't added whiskers to all of them. This one, I'm adding 3 little circles. So we now know that these 2 are looking pretty much the same. This one's going to be different. Can you guess what it's going to be yet? Maybe. Let's see. Since I did that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this dark. There. Now, does that help? Is that a hint that's going to help you out? But this one is the same, and they're still the same. So what else could I do? I've done this, and if somebody were to look at it, they'd say, well, those 2 look like the same animal. That one doesn't. What can I add? I've added an eye, ears, nose. Oh, I didn't add ears. Ears. This is going to be our giveaway. The ears probably are going to help you. Let's see. So here I added triangles. Here I added big, giant, almost banana-shaped things. And this one, I've got the ears coming all the way down. So this one's got ears coming down, and the other one has ears coming up. I'm going to add a little bit of detail here so it looks like the ears are like that. I'm going to add a little detail here so the ears look like that. And now we figured it out. I hope you figured it out. Here we have a cat and a dog and a bunny. Okay, a rabbit. They were the same until we started adding special details that made that animal what we wanted it to be. So if you just draw a circle and you do this, and then you give it a tail, whoops. If you do a circle and all that, and you give it a tail, what is it? It could be anything. Now if I do this, that gives us a little bit more of a hint. If I do this, that gives us a little bit more of a hint. if I do that to give it a little bit more, reshape its head a little bit, that helps. But the thing that's going to help us in this case is not the ears, but it's what I do with the eyes. And now I have a raccoon. And maybe there's some raccoons hanging around your house right now. But there. And he's got a little tooth because raccoons have teeth. So that is what I'm talking about when I say make sure that you add the pieces to the drawing that help people figure things out. You want to help the person who's looking at your drawing do what they need to. So today you're going to do another, roll another animal, and we'll add an occupation if you want to. But before we do that, I wanted to show you a drawing that I'm working on, and I'm now on my about 10th or 12th iteration. I'm drawing a monster pizza. My monster pizza here, that's what I've been drawing and drawing and drawing, and I keep drawing it exactly the same way, and I keep saying there's something wrong with it. And this one I even colored in saying, okay, maybe that'll make it better. It didn't. But this is, again, at least the 12th time. My 12th iteration, it's at least the 12th time I've drawn this. So then I start playing around with a hand over here because I thought maybe it's the hands. And then I did this. And I curved the pizza around and I made it look like he's looking down at something. And then I went, aha, I think I figured it out. So maybe tomorrow you'll have a chance to see my finished giant city-destroying pizza. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do a little roll and see what we can come up with. So I'm going to roll my dice. Here are my dice. And I rolled a 51. Let's see what 51 is going to bring us. Maybe we should re-roll. 51, a chicken. We've already done a rooster. Oh, 25. A little green man from Mars. So I'm going to give you a choice. You can draw a chicken or you can draw a little green man from Mars. And if you want to push yourself a little bit, let's see what the job that our chicken or little man from Mars is going to have. Up. Oh. Our chicken or little green man from Mars has to be an artist. Now, remember, you don't have to draw the occupation. You can practice just drawing a chicken or a little green man from Mars, or maybe a little green chicken from Mars. That's up to you. It's your drawing. But try to stretch yourself a little bit, especially if you're going, oh, I already know how to draw a chicken. Well, then go ahead and make it an alien chicken. Or maybe just go with the little green man from Mars, unless you're going, I already know how to draw a little green man from Mars. Push yourself. Try different things. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. Maybe tomorrow, maybe a little bit later. But for right now, that's it. So have a great day, stay safe, and remember to wash your hands.